Hello and welcome to episode 32 of the CANAS podcast. It's your typical two, Victor and Celso here.
Hello.
So this week, lots to talk about actually. Lots to talk about. You want to do just the typical order? We'll do like soccer, and then we'll do tennis and then basketball, and then baseball, and then hockey. Yeah.
We always end up with hockey.
Yeah.
So I'm down.
Fair enough. All right. To start with soccer, both the Canadian men and the women have some good news. Start with the men because the women have the better news, so we'll save the best for last.
No, sounds good.
The men have announced that they will be playing 3 international friendlies leading up to the World Cup. I believe there will be 1 in November and 2 in either September or October, so that's going to be huge. I want to say September.
Isn't the World Cup in
It's in November. Yeah, November 21st, the day after my birthday. What an incredible birthday gift they've given me. Let's be honest.
Like getting close though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you would probably have the friendly in Qatar 5 days before the start of the World Cup. Okay. And our first game's against Belgium, so at that point, you probably want to
be warmed up already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't. That makes sense. You have to come out the gate running. Unbelievably, fresh and running and everything too. So they've never had experience playing in a World Cup. Not a single one of these men have played in a World Cup. Not even had opportunities to come close to playing in the World Cup. The only one that maybe would have had it was Atiba Hutchinson, but that's when he was 19, 100 years ago. So, anyways, I'm still so excited for this World Cup.
Me too.
Still have high hopes. Realistically, I think just the fact that we qualified is massive, and the way that we qualified was massive.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of growth and learning that this team needs to do. We need to get more of our players over in Europe playing.
Mm-hmm. I can see, if we play our game like we have during the qualifiers, I can see us definitely passing the group stage. For sure.
The only thing, we got a tough group. And almost every group is tough. I would have loved to be Group A. Because we would have made it out with Netherlands so clearly. But anyways, I still think Croatia is beatable and Belgium is beatable. It's not like we're playing against France. We would have had no chance against France. I would have said that's just a team that's way far ahead. Or Brazil. Brazil is way too far ahead of us right now. But these men can impress if they get on a little bit of a tear. That's going to be huge as well. That's going to be massive. And I guess that leads us to the women's news that the Canadian women have qualified for an 8th consecutive World Cup. 2023 next year will be the World Cup.
Very nice.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. I'm hoping that they do significantly better than they did last time. It was a poor performance. I think they got knocked out in the first knockout stages. They made it past the group, but
then just got immediately
knocked out.
And you said this may be Sinclair's last one?
Probably. Realistically, yes.
Yeah, she's getting pretty up there in age.
Yeah, and she's extended her record goal scoring. She's at 190 now. So I'm hoping she gets a couple more before her career ends. I'm hoping. It'll be nice. What a legend, man.
Oh, yeah.
Rename the city she was born to Christine Sinclair City. For real. That's just...
That sounds dumb, though.
I don't care. Do something. Give her... She got the Order of Canada, I think, already.
I'd say Sinclair would be a good city name.
Oh, that'd be sweet. An ode to her entire family.
There we go.
Or Sin City.
No.
No. Sin City 12? No. Nah, whatever. That's a thought that counts, Sinclair. It's a thought that counts. But yeah, that's huge news. We'll have a pretty good team going into there. I don't know if we'll be one of the favorites even after winning the Olympics. I still don't think the Canadian women will really ever get the respect that they deserve. Mm-hmm. Their game is based on playing sound defensively and then getting on the counterattack. That's just how they play typically. And it's worked. It worked wonderfully in the World Cup. A penalty shootout in the final against Sweden. That's what I meant, sorry. The Olympics.
Yeah.
Worked wonders in the Olympics. And yeah, it was nice. We'll see Canada beat Brazil in the Olympics if I'm not mistaken. So we're able. Hopefully the men can do that as well. Well,
hopefully they pull. I doubt it. A Germany somehow.
Yeah, right. Could you
7-1?
That's nuts. But anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to both World Cups. To be honest,
that'll be fun.
That'll be pretty sweet. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. But anywho, what else was I gonna say?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess tennis. an abysmal performance by all of them. That was just embarrassing. They all got knocked out by round 2. Chapeau in round 1. Felix and Bianca. Bianca lost to the eventual champion, so to her defense in round 2. Yeah. But they're just, I don't know, man. They're just so inconsistent right now. Yeah. So inconsistent. It's just, I don't get them. I don't understand.
Wasn't that my prediction too?
Yeah, you had a prediction that
all my predictions are not win happen.
A major. Yeah, your predictions are getting out.
My predictions were too bold.
Yeah, too bold for sure. Well, whatever. There's still time. I mean, there's the U.S. Open, but that's it. I mean, Bianca could win again. Like, theoretically, it's there. She's done it in the past. So, like, it's... And Layla could make it to the finals and win it this time. Mm-hmm. But you never know.
I guess we'll see.
You never know. Over mine, like, mine's starting to look poor as well, which actually is a good tie-in. We'll go to baseball real quick.
Yep.
Because, like, the Blue Jays, so they started their season pretty decent. Their pitching was exceptional. Their bats were eh. And
that's the other way around.
And then right after, it was like the bats were exceptional, and then the pitching was and they were still winning. But now everything is bleh. Everything's awful.
Okay,
Dude, everything is awful.
Everything is awful, yeah.
Like, how does Alex Manoah, so the games where Alex Manoah pitches, he gives up 2 runs in 7 1/3, and they lose 2-1. Alex Manoah is one of the better pitchers in the AL this season, and he's not getting run support when he needs it. Like, it's just
basically our top 4 pitchers, like our starting pitchers, have been playing well, but we don't get support, and then we just don't get the pitching, and then we also don't get give them the run support.
Then Gossman gets hurt.
Yeah.
Kyungjin Ryu gets hurt.
Yeah.
Kikuchi's playing terribly.
Yeah.
Like, these guys need pitchers, man. Desperately, they need pitchers. 'Cause the bats. I'm not scared about the bats. No. I'm not nervous about the bats. It'd be nice to have one extra bat in the midfield, infield, not midfield. But I don't know.
You know who is doing well with the bat and is going to I guess 2 of them are going to the All-Star game
as a starter. Yeah, because we have 2 other guys in the reserves,
but as a starter,
Alejandro.
Yep.
And then Vladdy.
But
Alejandro has got 70%. He's the best catcher in the MLB right now, or sorry, at least the AL. That's good for him, man. Good for him. That's a position of strength for the Blue Jays, though, because we have the young guy, the Moreno kid. Mm-hmm. We have Alejandro, and then we have Casey Janssen.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we have that other guy who came in like when Casey Janssen and Alejandro were hurt.
Oh, I forgot his name.
I did too, but he was crushing it. Zach Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not concerned yet. It's a 162 game season.
Do you think we'll probably get one of them just to see if we can get?
If anybody goes, it's going to be Casey Janssen. Yeah, and then but only if we get a starter. You're not going to
trade Alejandro. I'm starting to talk like that. Alejandro Kirk.
No, Alejandro is not leaving.
No, he's not leaving.
Not a chance.
No.
Him and Moreno would be a 2-headed behemoth.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you don't want to have that leave anytime soon. No. Listen, I'm not too concerned yet. Talk to me like in 2 months. No, in a month. At the end of August, because that's when it's like September is when it really heats up, right? That's the last days. They're starting to lose time though. Like after the MLB All-Star game, actually, that's when they really have to put their foot in gear. Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
If they get the pitching, they're a contender.
Yeah, like they were projected to basically win it all.
Yeah, they were top 5 pick the entire season up until this 8 or there's 1-8 run.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's
not the end of the world.
No, but
they're only 3 games up on the Baltimore
getting there,
Orioles, though. They're only 3 games up on the Baltimore Orioles. That's a garbage team.
Well, we have to win those ones then. Definitely.
Yeah, but it's like it's only 3 games up on the Orioles, dude. It's just embarrassing. Oh, whatever. Basketball?
Sure.
Cool. The Toronto Raptors, obviously the season's not on right now.
Yeah.
It's the off season. But
there is some Raptors news.
Massive news in the world of the Raptors that Kevin Durant is available for trade, and the Raptors are rumored to be in on it.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. But I kind of actually hope they don't go for him.
Why?
Because it's going to take way too much to get him.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Like, it would be amazing to get him, but we'd be giving up way too much.
Did you hear what the Nets asked the Timberwolves? They asked for Durant. They wanted Karl Anthony Towns.
They're not going to do that.
Anthony Edwards.
Also not going to do that.
And 5 first-round picks.
Holy crap.
That's not happening.
No.
Nobody in the right mind would do that. However, Kevin Durant is quite possibly one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Definitely in the top 10. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he's also probably one of the best players available in trade ever. Mm-hmm. There's a legitimate chance for you to trade for that guy. But you can't give up. Like, this, I guess the league, yeah, you need a superstar to win, but you also need kind of a team around him. The only exception was LeBron James in 2018. Yeah. Only exception. But LeBron James went God mode.
And LeBron James is LeBron James. So you'll definitely have a chance if you just have him.
But But that's
not nowadays, but like before, yeah.
Yeah, and that's so crummy of Durant, man, just leaving when things start getting tough. Like, he's the one that brought in Kyrie to Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. He's the Brooklyn Nets paid him a whole year to sit on the bench with his Achilles tear, and then things start getting difficult, and he just quits on him. I mean, Kyrie is a piece of garbage.
That's what I've been like noticing in like. Especially in basketball, where there's like stars that are just like they sign with the team, and then once like I said, it gets tough, they just want to leave. They don't stay with the team and try to better the team. They just want to better themselves, I guess. Mm-hmm. Trying to get a chance to win a championship for themselves and not for the city that they play for, which that in itself doesn't make sense either, because it's like, if you want to win it for yourself, you got to win it for the team you play for as well. Like, it's a team that wins the championship. And then you know what I mean? And then you screw over the team that either traded for you or signed you, and then they're just
really greedy in that league, man. Like Damian Lillard. Did you see his contract extension?
I heard he got extended, but I didn't see.
2 years.
Okay.
How much?
Yeah.
120 plus million. He's counting for 60 plus million against the cap.
Holy crap.
How are you going to build a team around that?
Yeah.
None. If I want to win, I'm like, okay, show me then. Show it to me. Like, $60 million? Yeah, that's a lot of money, sure. And like, of course you want to make a living. You can retire off of 1 million, most people. Like,
I'd be happy to have like 5% of that.
I'd be happy with 1% of that.
Exactly.
Like, just brutal, dude.
And then you see, most NHL teams, like players. It's just more the GM gives them the money, and obviously you're just going to accept it. But
but like some of them are asking, which is a good segue too. Like we'll go to the NHL now, and like, Philip Forsberg signed a team friendly contract.
I'd say a team friendly contract.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, good for him. Artemi Panarin was not a team friendly contract.
No, he's not really.
Johnny Gaudreau isn't going to be a team-friendly contract.
No.
Speaking of Johnny Hockey, Calgary looks to be losing both Johnny Hockey and Matthew Tkachuk.
I heard that, yeah. I like read it on Twitter. Like, yeah, it's just...
If that's the case, they have to go full rebuild then.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely their two best players by far. They have pieces that they can trade away. They can tank for Connor Bedard next year.
If they don't have both Tkachuk and Gaudreau.
Yeah. But even then, like, I don't see Calgary a playoff team without Gaudreau, probably.
Without Tkachuk and Gaudreau, no.
Tkachuk and Gaudreau, no, not even a chance.
Not even a chance.
They'll be a fringe playoff team when they lose Gaudreau, if they don't like find a way of replacing him. Mm-hmm. But there's nobody in the market available that's even close to Johnny Hockey's skill.
Not close to Johnny Hockey, and he's still very old. Well, not very old, but old. But he gets injured a lot. Malkin would be, I guess, a good replacement, but not to the level of Gaudreau.
Do you think he gets re-signed in Pittsburgh?
No.
Because he was offered 2 years at $6 million, and he said $6 million is fine. I just want 4 years instead of 2. And Pittsburgh's not budging, which makes no sense. They just offered Chris Letang 6 years at $6.1 million.
But Chris Letang doesn't get injured as much as...
Letang's more injured than Malkin.
Oh, okay. Thought it was the other way around. Then yeah, that's weird. Well, you have Crosby, you have you have Rust, because they just signed him again.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have Guentzel? I think they have Guentzel.
Guentzel,
yeah. Yeah. And all the young guys. So their offense is fine. Fine, not good, but fine.
No, dude, I want Malkin to retire as a Penguin, man.
No, yeah, like if you want to, yeah. Malkin as a Penguin, yeah.
There's not enough of that, like there's not enough of them playing just
their whole career in one city.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like you have to like keep playing at a good level in order for them to keep you, and then because hockey playing at that level though. Hockey is a business, right? So if the GM thinks you can't contribute as well as you did before, I guess, then they could probably find another person to replace you. Like, I can see if they don't get Malkin and they somehow have the money, they can go get Giroux or something, and it'd be kind of similar. So,
did you hear that Giroux's only asking for $4 million? I don't believe that.
If that's the case, we have to go for him.
Well, 100%. Could you imagine a power play of McDavid, Draisaitl, Giroux, RNH, Bouchard?
Oh.
Like, our power play was good, but like that power play would be exceptional.
Like we had like one of the best in history, like a couple years ago or so. If we add Giroux to that,
yeah, it's nuts. I really hope that. Listen, the very first priority for Holland, and he said it straight up, is a goalie. Now, Campbell is rumored to be the most likely one here,
which I wouldn't mind. Because he did play really well during the season. He did have like a streak of games where he just played horrendous.
He was abysmal for 10 games in a row near the end of the year.
But if he keeps playing more to like how he did most of the season at a reasonable price, I wouldn't mind Campbell. It's just that we can't overpay for Campbell and then don't have enough to fill out other pieces.
And like, to be fair, like, who else is available?
It's true. Like, Kemper
is going to Washington.
Is he going to Washington?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Well, they don't have Vanacek, so I can see it.
Like, do we try to go and trade for Ilya Samsonov?
No, I was thinking, since we have a lot of cap space, I think we have like 20 million now. I wouldn't mind going all out because you know what's going on with Winnipeg. It's basically falling apart.
That's a good point.
Yeah, everything is falling apart.
Like, there's no way Cheveldayoff gives up Hellebuck. Like, for who? First off, who would we? Hellebuck is only $6 million. You know that, right?
Which is
6.3 or 6.4. I think.
Which is definitely good for how he plays. Definitely good
like,
deal.
Who would Winnipeg take in a trade, man?
From us?
Well, like, Puljujarvi would have to be one of them, for sure.
Puljujarvi,
2 future first-round picks.
I wouldn't mind Broberg, giving up Broberg. And then and if they have to, so I would say 2 firsts for sure. Mm-hmm. Puljujarvi, if they want Puljujarvi, I'm like, fine, go ahead, you can take him. And then Broberg, for sure, because their defense isn't as good as we thought it was. So we can give up Broberg, and then honestly, if we have to, because it's Hellebuck, one of either Borgo or Holloway. I don't want to, but you don't come across a Hellebuck ever really.
But he only has 1 year, 2 years left in his contract.
Then you can sign him again.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for him. He's an American player too. Like, I highly doubt he actually even wants to stay playing in Canada.
That's true.
And like, we have terrible fans here, terrible media. Like, who really actually wants to play here?
Yeah. No, but like that's what my proposal would be.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Which is like, if you want to get a goalie as good as Hellebuck, then you would have to give up quite a bit like that, I guess.
I would honestly argue that you would give up the same amount for Hellebuck than Gibson.
Like the same one? Or would you how do you say it? I guess edit it a little bit.
Do you remember Yeah, so it was 2 first, Puljujärvi. They need defense, and I would give him an NHL-ready defense. I'd throw in Barry. So 2 firsts, Barry, Puljujärvi, and then Bourgault.
And how much is Gibson making? Like 5?
So Gibson's about the same as Hellebuck.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, with the Barry, that would be fine. Like, they'd be saving a little bit. And the Puljujärvi 2 firsts. If we have the money, we can go for those kinds of goalies.
Right. But we also have to remember that we have, the goalie is the biggest priority, 100%. But we also need 3 forwards and 2 defensemen, minimum.
Which is why, if we go for Gibson, we have to give up Barry, because then that way we can...
But then that would make us need 3 defensemen.
But then we can go for...
I don't disagree. I don't disagree that we have to go all out and go in for these goalies. I don't disagree with that at all.
It's either don't overpay for Campbell Campbell or Kemper, because those are unfortunately the 2 best goalies that are available in free agency right now. And if we have to get one of those 2, we have to definitely improve our defense. But if we go for Hellebuck Hellebuck or Gibson, then we will not have to worry too much about getting a really we will have to get a really good defenseman, but the pressure won't be as much as if, let's say, we start with a Skinner and let's say we don't put Smith on LTIR, then Smith. We would if we get a Gibson or Hellebuck, we can go for people like Manson if he doesn't resign, or those kinds of defense. But if we get a Campbell or a Kemper, then we would have to go for a Klimberg or something.
So this is the dream. Okay, this is I have 2 scenarios in which I'm very, very ecstatic, to put it lightly, with this offseason for the Oilers. No, the first one, we sign Campbell. Okay.
Which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Campbell.
We trade for Jacob Chychrun out of Arizona.
And if we can get Krause with it too, that would be sick. That'd be sick.
Chychrun and Krause would be ideal, but I'm saying just Chychrun for now.
Yeah, for now. Yep.
Sign Kulak.
We have to.
Trade Barry at some point and sign Manson. And then you sign Giroux.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. That would be the dream.
Yeah.
But then also there's the other option is we trade for Hellebuck. We sign a Klingberg and Kulak. I really want Kulak back.
First thing we have to do is sign Kulak.
And it's sad because Perez says he loves being here. But he's the most obvious trade piece that we have.
He's the most valuable trade piece that we have that we can give up, because Bouchard is basically right now. We're not
getting rid of Bouchard.
No, I'm saying Bouchard right now is basically a Barry light.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think he's actually better than Barry right now.
Yeah, but compared to experience and everything, is a Barry light. Basically, we can put him in the power play, and he can play like he's been playing. And yeah, like you said, he's playing better than Barry right now. So,
can we talk about Shane Wright real quick?
Okay.
The draft.
We can talk about the draft now. Yeah.
What did you think about Shane Wright in the draft?
It was crazy.
I thought it was the most immature, childish thing I've seen in a very long time.
Death stare?
The death stare was a joke. The fact that he goes 4th overall. First off, you're still getting drafted to an NHL team, number 1. Number 2 is a team that really clearly wants you because they they're ecstatic to have you. Mm-hmm. He's not the best player in this draft. He was not.
He wasn't playing well during this past.
He was garbage in the World Juniors.
He was good in the playoffs in the WHL. No, not WHL. OHL.
But he didn't go anywhere. He didn't go through to the Memorial Cup. No. What's Slavkovsky? Yuri Slavkovsky? He's the best shooter in the draft. Yeah. Nemec is the best defenseman in the draft. A legitimate potential number 1 defenseman. Yeah, which Jersey desperately needed.
They needed, yeah.
Logan Cooley is by far the most skilled player in the draft. He has the most upside of every single last one of them, and American-born, which Arizona needs desperately, even in front of their 2,000 fan arena. And then Shane Wright was the 4th best player in that draft. He just was. And then the fact that he came out and said that he deserves to be first overall, immediate turn off by teams. Like, that is an attitude problem.
Yeah, like, you play well, like, when you were younger, and then you don't play well when you're going to get drafted, basically. You're not going to go first overall. If you've kept playing the way you've been playing, like, for a long time, then, yeah, you deserve to be first overall. But
I'm all for using external motivation. Whatever you need to motivate yourself to do better, don't be an arrogant, cocky piece of garbage. Like, that is
Speaking of
embarrassment for
arrogant
Canadians.
piece of garbage, and I know this is a Canadian podcast, but did you see Isaac Howard, the player,
the basketball player?
No. Isaac Howard, the
good-looking
Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay pick.
To be in the white suit because I'm the best-looking guy in the draft, so I had to dress like it. Get out of here, dude. And then do you see Yager's comment?
Yager said something?
Yeah, Yager's like, oh, if this would have happened back in the day, you would have gotten your teeth punched in.
Oh, definitely.
Like, what's with this generation? That,
Me and TJ were talking about it, and we are like, once he gets on NHL ice, he's probably going to get lit up.
100%. What an idiot comment. But that's the difference. He's just, cocky
but
about his looks and everything.
Yeah, if you can show it, then fine, whatever. But if you don't show it, then you just look stupid.
He did not get picked first overall because he was humble.
Wright, yeah.
Sorry, Shane Wright.
Yeah.
He didn't get picked first overall because of his lack of humility. It was his attitude. His attitude was the biggest reason that there was no question that he was the best two-way player on that draft. Zero question. Mm-hmm. But that also being said, does Montreal actually need that? No, they have Suzuki. Really. Suzuki's actually probably better than Shane Wright. Yeah. Well, and he will be better. Like, he is better now, obviously. I think he has more of a higher ceiling than Shane Wright does.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't have a single Slavkovsky. They don't have a single player like him who's going to be putting up elite numbers offensively.
Can you see him, Suzuki, and Caulfield?
That'd be unreal. That'd be ridiculous.
Why would you need another center when you can improve your wing and then you're set, basically?
Mm-hmm. Also, like, again, we're a Canadian podcast, but, like, what a day for Slovak hockey. 3 in the first round, the 2 top picks were both Slovakians, and the 3 first-round picks all played on the same youth hockey team. Like, that's great. That is fantastic for them. Good for them, man. And they're exceptional players, too. Exceptional players, for sure. But, I don't know. Listen, what was the biggest surprise for you that came out of that draft? Because I know exactly which one mine is.
Mine was probably Canadians going for Doc.
Yeah, that would have been mine too. Okay.
Because I was gonna say Cassian, but it was like okay, let's talk about the Cassian trade, I guess. So it was the 29th.
We traded down 3 picks and gave him a second and a third.
But that's like in the next 3
years. Second in 2 years, third in 3 years, or the other way around.
No,
third in 2 years, second in 3 years. Yeah.
But it was like people weren't really happy because of all those picks, but it's like
that's the price you got to pay for cap pick or for cap room.
Like 3 picks, we got our player that we were going to get anyway, so that's whatever. Fine. We'll cancel the 29th and the 32nd pick, whatever. A second pick in 3 years and a third pick in 2 years to get rid of Cassian and not retain anything. Mm-hmm. I would say that's a win.
That's the difference between, like, we can sign 2 players with his money.
Yeah, and like the second rounder and the third rounder may not even pan out. So
no, they probably won't. I would love to get more draft capital eventually.
But that's in the next 2 or 3 years. Like, we can worry about that in the next 2 or 3 years. Our window is now.
100%.
We have to win now, or else we may lose 1 or 2 or both of McDavid
and this is why I hate Oilers fans, dude. Like, did you see like the hate that the Oilers that Holland got for that Cassian trade? First off, you know what? The Cassian signing wasn't a great one.
No.
But back in the day when he signed it, we thought it was actually not going to be that bad because the cap was supposed to be close to $100 million now.
Yeah.
What's $3.2 million to $100 million cap? Nothing. That's a 4th line pay.
Yeah.
But the cap didn't go up. No. So Holland's supposed to just predict the future, right? Still, it was a lot of money.
Yeah. It's like, okay,
Sucks.
fine. Yeah.
It was a lot of money. Sure. He's fixing his mistakes, and he barely trades away anything. He only goes down 3 picks in the draft. Still gets the guy he wanted in the first place.
Yep.
Like, I don't understand that. Like, genuinely, we could trade for Austin Matthews, give up a 7th round pick for Austin Matthews and 50% salary retention, and they would still hate Holland for it.
Yeah.
Like, the 7th round could have panned out to be like a Datsuk or a Lindstrom. Go screw yourself.
That's just extreme luck that Detroit.
100%. However,
yeah,
they're still saying, like, there's Oilers fans. Like, I'm going through Twitter right now, and I really hope Holland's not on Twitter at all, man, because that's just they're idiots. Oh my gosh, dude, it's like horrific, absolutely horrific. Like, they're so this is why players don't want to come here.
Which is surprising when, like, I read on Twitter somewhere that we can talk about Toronto now, I guess, and their situation. But apparently Campbell talked on TSN radio, I'm guessing in Toronto or something, where he didn't like the offers that Toronto did, and he was basically saying that he doesn't want to join a team that doesn't really care about winning. And then he said, talking about like a potential reunion with Hyman would be amazing, kind of thing. So,
Campbell did,
yeah.
Yeah, look, Campbell is most likely to sign here in Edmonton, 100%.
Which I would be fine for.
So I don't mind it because he's the best goalie available, but we can't overpay.
Yes, yeah.
He cannot be getting over $6 million a year.
No,
it's got to be like 4.5 to 5 million a year for 3 or 4 years, and that's the absolute most we can go. Like, I'm sorry, he is not a superstar goalie. He's barely a starter.
Basically,
to be completely honest.
If he wants that money, might as well, for us, for Edmonton, I guess, might as well just go all in for Hellebuck or Gibson.
Honestly,
if he wants that money.
Yeah.
If he wants that money, I'd say sorry, Campbell, but we'll be going our separate ways and then try to get Hellebuck Hellebuck or Gibson. But yeah, like, Holland has a lot of money again, but this time we definitely need to go all in for, I guess, improving our defense / goaltending.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting better forwards would be like icing on the cake, I guess. But we definitely need those two positions to be improved big time.
Yeah, and like these guys, man, there's absolutely nothing that they like. Like, I'm on Twitter right now. This is just embarrassing, dude. It's just absolutely brutal. But yeah, it's like every single thing that Holland does is poor
to their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's just every single last thing is just horrific. So who are the teams that are going to rebuilds right now? It's probably Winnipeg might be going into that. If Winnipeg does actually want to go into rebuild, they need to make it. They need to start it now.
Like, what was it? Dubois is basically asking for a trade, saying that he doesn't want to re-sign or doesn't want an offer in 2 years or whatever at the end of his contract.
Yeah.
So Wheeler's projected to
test free agency.
Block,
yeah. They should. They have a lot of pieces, and they can they can do a lot.
Yeah, because Wheeler's basic is said to be on the block. Scheifele is unhappy. Dubois is unhappy.
LA is supposedly in on no longer rebuild. Like they're starting to get into the win now. LA would be a really good trade candidate for Winnipeg, for like the Wheelers or the Scheifele's or even the Dubois. LA would be a nice candidate for them.
Either one of those three would be.
And they have the draft capital for the prospect pool.
Yeah.
Anaheim as well has a huge prospect pool that they could look into doing that without giving up a Dzigris or anyone like that. So Winnipeg should, honestly, they need to deliver a cup in that city. They're not going. Yeah, they've had their chance. That team that defense is abysmal. The forward group is starting to lose a little bit.
Lose morale.
Yeah. So.
Unfortunately, yeah.
They did also get Adam Lambert, who, if you remember 2 years prior, was projected to be a top pick of this draft. He slid down to 31 or 30. 30 this year. He slid down to 30. He has the elite potential.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably has the potential to be one of the better players in this draft.
Yeah. He could have easily been like a top 5 pick if you're looking at just talent. So that's a huge one, but he won't be playing for another 2-3 years. So you might as well surround him with some players in 2 or 3 years. But in 2 or 3 years, Scheifele, Wheeler, Dubois, Hellebuck, they're all gone.
Yeah. I would say keep Ehlers and keep Connor, and then.
But those are your 2 best. Like, genuinely, don't go like full on tank. Like, bring in some players that are like on contracts and whatnot, and like some like middle 6 players.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm saying like trade the Scheifele and the Wheeler and the Dubois, because you'll get a lot for those 3, and if you have to, Hellebuck, but you'll get lots of either picks or really good young players, and then
this is what you do. You give up. You trade Hellebuck, Pionk, Morrissey, Scheifele, Wheeler, Ehlers, Connor.
Why are you gonna trade everybody?
All of them. No,
okay.
This is how you do a full legit rebuild. You bring in players like a Sam Gagner and like some young rising stars that are starting to get into the league. What's his face in LA? It's not doing too well, but got drafted 2nd overall a couple years ago.
Quentin
Byfield. Wheeler trade or Hellebuck trade gets you Byfield.
Scheifele could probably get you Byfield.
Scheifele gets you Byfield.
Wheeler
100%. Wheeler no. But Scheifele for Byfield 1-for-1, do it. You know what I mean? Like bring in those guys, but also bring in some veterans. Like sign some veterans in the offseason. Like listen, maybe not all of them. Like you want to finish out your career. We'll pay you handsomely because we don't need to do anything. Just here, take $6 million for the next 2 years. And mentor the shit out of these kids. That's all you got to do.
But I just keep Connor just to build the team around him, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, you also do need those are tough guys.
Like you need to that's why I said just keep Ehlers and keep Connor, but then trade everyone else, because then you will get those players, but you will have like a team that won't be crap.
But here's the issue, though. It's like. You don't build your team around wingers. You build your team around centers. So you might as well keep centers. No, they're wingers.
No, but okay. But I'm saying you do need to bring butts to seats. So you're not going to trade Ehlers and Connor.
No, but you get the Byfields. You get the young stars that are coming.
No, but I'm saying like keep those 2 and then trade everyone else, so that you do have like drawing power to bring people in to watch a Jets game kind of thing. Like everyone knows Scheifele's unhappy, Wheeler's unhappy, Dubois is unhappy. Okay, well then trade those guys, keep Ehlers and Connor, so that you still have good players that will bring people to watch the game, and then go for those kinds of young players or players that can help mentor the team.
Winnipeg's in an incredible position to go in full rebuild, though.
Yeah.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more I realize they are absolutely in a fantastic position for this one. Anyways.
Toronto, right now, they're projected to have $10 million in cap space. But they're basically not going to get Campbell back.
No.
And they lost... I think they were in the sweepstakes for Fleury, but he re-signed with Minnesota. So...
Maybe they try to trade for Talbot. Talbot's unhappy,
yeah. But Bill Guerin basically said that he's under contract. He's gonna have to suck it up, because I think his agent said that Talbot was unhappy, and then Bill Guerin was like, "Well, I'm building a team. Screw you. If he's unhappy, he's under contract. So whatever." I know. So goaltending wise for Toronto is probably going for Kemper, I guess. But then that's basically like half your 10 mil, so
we'll see.
They're tough because they have a lot of cap in like 4 or 5 players.
Listen, they've lost to yet another first round series. I mean, this was a much more like well thought out series,
and against
but they still lost yet another first round series. they're not better than Florida and or Tampa Bay. Like their best bet would be to finish in a wild card spot and pray to God they play the other division, because even at that, that's the only way they get out of the first round moving forward. But anywho, that's typical Toronto.
And then Ottawa. We forgot about Ottawa.
Yeah, how can we forget about Ottawa?
And then getting to Brinket.
Brinket was huge. They're in the Giroux sweepstakes. But again, it's the Atlantic, man. Like that's gonna be such a tough division. I don't see
like if you're
they're getting to trade Matt Murray too. Matt Murray is rumored to be Toronto's goalie though.
That'd be so weird because he's not that good.
He's actually also rumored for Edmonton.
Also, he's not so good.
We'll see.
Yeah, Ottawa, 20 million in cap space projected right now.
Yeah, and they're in according to their
friendly.
GM, they're in win now as well.
How are they in win now?
I don't know, but he's like, we're done our rebuild. We're gonna win now.
No, you're not done yet, but if
they have the pieces though, dude.
Yeah, they do have the pieces. Yes,
Stützle is a number one for sure.
They have Batherson, they have Stützle, they have Kachuk,
Chabot. You can't forget about the best.
I'm talking about the best defensemen. They have Chabot. Anton Forsberg is playing well with the crappy team that he has in front of him. Just they go get Giroux. Now what else did we say? No, they got to Brinket. Like how? Like he's definitely on the first line, obviously. And then if they can get some help in the forwards and maybe a little bit in the defense, and like with the 20 million, I can see them at least not being last in the division, but at least moving on up, and then
they'll be better than Buffalo.
They'll be better than Buffalo, yeah. No, but yeah, I don't know how we forgot Ottawa. And
we also didn't mention Vancouver. Vancouver drafted another Elias Pettersson.
That is true. That was pretty funny. They look similar too.
That's so funny, dude. That's so funny.
This draft was crazy, in like a fun way.
Yeah.
Especially for Ottawa, and then Vancouver drafting Elias Pettersson again. Edmonton getting rid of Cap from Cassian's contract. Toronto trading Mrazek in a first round.
Chicago.
To Chicago.
Kane's not happy, so Kane's not playing. Like,
oh my God,
Drager has straight up said there's no chance. Or sorry, not Darren Drager, not Jason Gregor. Darren Drager straight up said that there's 0% chance Kane plays for the Chicago Blackhawks again.
Oops, my bad. My keys fell. I would say go.
No, we don't need Kane.
We don't need Kane, but
we need a goalie.
Anyone who wants it should go all in.
The very first priority for the Oilers is goalie.
Yes.
Only sign everybody else after you get the goalie. Because this team has proven enough that you can do well without a goalie, and imagine how we're going to do with a goalie.
Yeah. I would say...
And also don't re-sign Kane to what he's asking for.
No. I would say use that money to get... If Giroux is asking for $4 million, use that money to get Giroux, sign Kulak, and then get other players. But you have to go all in for a goalie.
100%. I hope we sign Campbell so that we can trade for Chychrun.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. If we don't go for Hellebuck, or if we don't get Hellebuck or Gibson, definitely do that. Yeah.
But if we don't get Campbell, we're going to trade for Hellebuck. Like there's literally there's no other way. Like there's no other option. Like Holland has straight up said his only priority is goalie. That's it. That is it.
I would say I like that. Go for Campbell. If you don't get Campbell, then definitely go all in for Hellebuck or Gibson, or any good goalie, and then go from there.
Yeah.
If you get Campbell, perfect. Then you go make trades for Chychrun. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then go from there. I would say focus on getting a goalie, whether it's Campbell, and if you don't get him, whether it's another very good goalie. And then next priority is the defense.
Yeah. And
then go for making your forwards better. Because even if we don't get like Kane or Giroux, we still have
McDavid and Draisaitl, Hyman and Nuge. That's all you need, man.
And then Holloway is going to be
Holloway's going to play up this year.
He's gonna shine in in training camp.
I would hope so.
In preseason.
It's time that our young players step up.
Yeah.
Because our young players need to step up to be, and we have the talent to be able to do that. But anyways, that's all the time we have for today, I think.
Yep.
So thank you everybody for listening to episode number 32 of the CANAS podcast. We will see you next week.
Yes, we will. Bye.